Hello and welcome to Sierra's Ratchet Salon. See these roots? Roots be gone. We're just gonna dive right in and hope for a miracle. And then I'm probably gonna trim it a little bit on the ends too, yeah. Just a little trimmy trim for health. Okay, let's get set up. Okay, so we're gonna start with a shirt we don't give a shit about. Then you're going to take a towel, put it around your neck, drape yourself, and put another towel around that. I did this off camera, but I put Vaseline around my hairline just so the color won't stick to my skin. Make sure you cover your ears. Make sure you cover around your hairline, the back of your neck, all of that. You don't want to get pink skin. Trust me when I say this. I was definitely walking around with green ears for a few days whenever I dyed my hair green. So we're just going to start putting the color on. I like to put the color on in the areas that are seen the most. I like to get the front of my hair, you know, the new growth, the roots, the bangs, all of that. I like to just get that coated on first because that's what's going to be seen the most, especially where you part your hair. As you can see, there's some color on the towel already, so that would have been on the back of my neck. That's why we prepare with the towel around our neck. Just keep slapping the color on. Don't worry about the color. We'll get that off later. Especially since we use the Vaseline, it doesn't stick at all. It just rubs right off, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we're just going to keep applying the color, saturating it all the way through, making sure everything's saturated evenly and everything's completely covered because I want the green in my hair to be completely covered. So yeah, just start slapping the color on, running it through, get the ends, get your new growth, get as much as you can with the first tube of color. So you'll notice I keep slapping it on top of the areas that will be seen the most. I pull it all the way through the roots, all the way to the ends. That way everything's super evenly and distributed the right way. I want to make sure that the green is all the way covered because I don't want green hair anymore. It was fun while it lasted, but you know me, I like to do different things to my hair all the time. I'm starting to realize how boring this video is. I'm so sorry. This is such a process. Just trust the process and get that color on and enjoy the view of my back because I didn't realize how much my back was showing in this video. But yeah, we're going to continue doing the first process. You know, getting all the color on. I believe the box said to let it process for 25 to 45 minutes. I always do the max process time because I just really like the color to soak in. In past, that's been what's worked out the best for me. I just like it to sit on a really long time just so the color takes because my hair is super, super thick, coarse, and resistant. So you have to make sure you get a good even coat on and make sure it goes all the way through because I know most of the time some of the hair won't take on the first process. You have to go in with the second process just to make sure the color super, super soaks in there and takes. I really wanted it to be super bright and vibrant pink, but let's see how it turns out. Okay, now I'm towards the end of the first tube, so I just start literally running it through my hair, slapping it on all around the back, the edges. You gotta make sure everything's super saturated and covered. Don't mind me looking like a troll doll because that's what we're going for right now, you know? Nothing's wrong with troll dolls. They're super cute. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, so now I take a cotton ball with some rubbing alcohol. I want to get the excess color off my hairline and my skin. You can see it comes right off because of the Vaseline, so it just rubs right off. So we don't want any pink skin. We don't want pink skin. As much as we love pink, it's not a look. So yeah, it just slides right off with the rubbing alcohol. And I try to make my hairline look more natural because you don't want to look like you have a painted on hairline. So you got to get that color off and voila. Like I said, this is Sierra's Ratchet Salon. We don't have processing caps. We use Target bags around here. So just take a bag and toss it on top of your hair, get it super tight, and let your hair process for the amount of time that it says on the box. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions. Like I said, I believe it said 25 to 45 minutes. So I let it sit on for the max and let it take as much as possible. And now I'm using some makeup remover to take off my eyebrow makeup. You've got to go over your eyebrows just so you have the exact same color. You don't want to be walking around with different color eyebrows than your hair. Trust me, I went through that in middle school. You don't want to do that. So I'm sorry, my eyebrows look so weird. I hate my natural brows. But yeah, we're just going to take off that makeup and we're going to use a Q-tip to get the last of the color out, and we're going to cover our brows with that and let it process for the same amount of time. And suddenly her eyebrows were gone. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you're just going to take a Q-tip, dip it in the end of the color tube, and you're just going to take it and apply it on top of your eyebrows. The eyebrows tend to take a lot faster than your hair takes because the hair is super thin, and it's a lot easier to take the color because they're short and thin, so it processes a lot faster. But yeah, we're going to leave it on the same amount of time as we leave our hair on, and then we will use the rubbing alcohol again to wipe off the color just so we have no stained skin. Yes, we love pink eyebrows. Yes, queen, yes. So now we let it process. And this is after the first process, me blow drying it, washing it, and we're going to start the second process because I like my hair to be super, super saturated. And I like to make sure I get over everything. Sometimes the first process doesn't really take off all the color that I've had on previously. I noticed there was a lot of green still left in my hair. So I had to go ahead and do a second process. It took really well on my eyebrows. It took well on my new growth and my roots. It actually took pretty well for the first process, but there was some in the back that was still green that I noticed. And some of it was like a darker purple because of the green and the pink mixing together, which is okay. I don't mind. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do the Vaseline again. And we're going to start the second process and start combing the color through again. This was a day after I did the first process just to give my hair a little bit of a break. But yeah, we're just going to keep putting on the color, and we're just going to look at my arm tattoos because it's right there. Sorry. Like I said earlier, I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I do not recommend doing any of the things I'm doing in this video. This is just how I color my hair. I've done it for years now, and this is just what works best for me. I strongly recommend you go to a salon and get your hair done by a professional. I don't know why it looks so brown right there. It just looks so brown to me. I don't know why it looks super brown because green and pink don't make brown. But I guess, you know, just everybody's hair does different stuff. But yeah, just keep combing that color through so we can get that second process going. I start literally just slapping it on and combing it through just to get it evenly saturated, of course. Yeah, like I said, it's licensed professional color. It's not available to the public. It's only available to cosmetologists and estheticians at a pro beauty mart. Yeah, I always recommend buying multiple tubes of color because I feel like the first process is, you know, kind of left out in the open. You don't know if it's going to be enough. And I always grab 2 now because I notice my hair, how much hair I have, how thick it is, and how much color it needs to process. So yeah, I always buy 2 tubes, but just keep slapping the color on. Don't forget your gloves. Don't forget the Vaseline. And yeah. So with the second process, I took a lot more time to make sure everything was evenly distributed because I wouldn't have any more color. I take a lot longer to comb it all the way through and make sure it's covered from root to end, just because I don't want to go back to the beauty store and buy another tube. Don't mind the spot on my chin. I did not notice that. It'll come right off with the rubbing alcohol. But yeah, I'm just going to comb it all the way through, multiple directions, get it evenly distributed because I do not want to go back to the beauty store. I mean, it's probably like 10 minutes away, but it's just a hassle to go back and buy another tube of color. So it's just easier for me to make sure everything's super even and combed all the way through, get a good coat on there and let it process for the max process time once again. I always find that the longer I leave it on, the better it looks and the better it takes. So I always do the max amount of time. Sometimes I even go over a little bit if I get distracted. I think I left it on for about an hour on the second process because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning and I was just tired from work and I did not feel like showering the color off. So I played video games while I let it process. So we got a little extra process time, but that's all right. So we're towards the end of the tube again. I'm just going to start running it through just like I did with the first process, making sure I can get everything that I can physically see. It's a lot harder to do your own hair because you don't have someone looking at your head, because someone looking at your head is a lot easier to get everything covered and evenly distributed. But hey, this is Sierra's Ratchet Salon. Sierra does her hair like this. Don't mind the troll doll look again. But here we are after the second process. Love it. It took so good. The brows look so good. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, bye.